is Dr. Jones. Good to see you once again. I think the last time that I saw you, you had an infection, didn't you? Yes, there was a nasty virus going around the spaceship. A lot of people got it, but I managed to give everybody that had it antibiotics and steroid cream for the rashes that also accompanied it. How are you doing in regards to that? Do you think the infection is all cleared up now? You're feeling a lot better. That's excellent. Very good to hear. Today I'm actually testing everybody who had that virus. I'm doing a hearing test on them all, as I'm sure you experienced. You had quite the infection of the ears, as well as a few other areas as well, the nose and throat and the lungs in some cases. And I just want to make sure that no damage has been done to your ears, to your hearing ability. Okay, and to do that today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach some electrodes to your brain, essentially. They're just going to be going on the outside of your head. That's going to be hooked up to my laptop here, and that's going to give me a live data feed of your hearing ability. Quite advanced technology indeed. Very, very useful. Makes my job a lot easier. I can see accurately then the different frequencies that you can hear, the different pitches, the amplitudes, the volumes. It's extremely helpful. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing together today. Before we do get into that though, I do want to say that I think this is the last time we'll be seeing each other whilst we're aboard the spaceship. Everybody is going into cryo sleep next week, and the next time we wake up, we will be at our destination planet, ready to colonize it. I hope you're as excited to colonize it as I am. Personally, I cannot wait to massacre the natives and to take their land for our own. Okay, so I think we shall jump right into the hearing test. Okay, I'm just preparing the electrodes to put on your head now. Just trying to get produce a different sound, different pitch. Okay, let's just do a direct comparison for a moment. Direct comparison. Okay, so we have the large cup, the small cup. Very different sound. once again, excellent hearing. For my next object, I'm just going to be using this mini stapler to produce various different clicking sounds, various different distances from your ears, and I'm going to be looking to see if you can not only clearly hear the sounds regardless of the distance from your ears, but if you're able to locate the source of the sound in terms of spatial awareness. Okay, and thankfully the brain activity that I'm recording enables me to see whether or not you can accurately guess where the sound is coming from, which direction the sound is coming from, and the placement of the object itself in 3D space. Marvelous. Okay, so we're just going to do this for a little bit longer. Not too much longer. I'm just going to go through each of the objects at various different speeds until I'm happy with the recorded data, essentially. Good. Good. Okay, very nice. Marvelous, marvelous. Good stuff. Good. Okay, I'm very happy with your spatial awareness, sound recognition. Very good. Okay, I've got a lovely, very simple little sound for you next. Tapping on a book. Must say I do love physical books. I only really keep a few physical books. Some that I particularly enjoy, or perhaps they have some sort of value to me in some way, sentimental, whatever that may be. Obviously, I do read a lot of digital ebooks, and that does make up the vast majority of my library, just because it is a lot easier. It doesn't take up as much physical space, and it's very, very quick to acquire a digital ebook as opposed to a physical one, of course. And you do also have to be concerned with the physical deterioration of the quality of the physical books, of course. Whereas highest honor, the highest degree. It's awful to steal a man's food. Who would do such a thing? Only the lowest form of life would steal another man's food. In my opinion, there is only one adequate response to a food thief. And that response is the death penalty. Somebody once stole a corned beef pasty from me, and I must say, I have never forgotten that transgression against me. Sometimes I wake up 3 a.m. in the morning, sweating, thinking about that person. How dare they steal my corned beef pasty? Absolutely disgusting individual would do such a thing. I never found out who did it. That's the worst thing about it. It haunts me to this day that the thief of my food, my corned beef pasty, still walks freely, unpunished for their disgusting crimes. But, my apologies. I should not be disclosing my personal grievances and problems with you during a hearing test. Okay, I must say I'm very pleased with the data I'm seeing there and your ability to hear my plastic lunchbox. We shall move on to the next item. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Dr. Jones, we've already used the red party cups to produce sounds and to test my hearing, but these two party cups are very special. Why are they very special? You may think. This is why. This is why they have holes one other thing I would like to test, one other object that can alter the sounds that I produce with my mouth, and that is the cling film tube. This is no ordinary cling film though. It's highly unusual and advanced plastic wrap technology. Okay, I can't disclose too much, but for today's purposes, we're merely using it as a tube. Merely a tube to alter the sounds made from my mouth. Okay, so here we go. Keep that one very short indeed. I have collected enough data. There is actually only one more sound that I would like to use and produce to measure your hearing ability for the next sound though. I am going to need to put these headphones on your head. And I must say that these headphones are absolutely terrible quality. Absolutely terrible quality. If you ever see these headphones, do not buy them. I don't even think they have a recognizable brand on them. And that's probably part of the problem, isn't it? Is it probably just some cheap, nastily made headphones? But they will suffice for today's purposes. And I will say that despite the fact that they are awful quality, hideous quality, they can produce some rather nice sounds all on their own just by squeezing the cushioning and just the general little clicky clanks and the general little clicky clanks that they make as they are moved around. It's quite something actually. It almost makes them worthwhile. Almost makes them worth the purchase. Quite a variety of sounds that you can produce as well, but just such a small, simple object, I suppose. Okay, let's stop faffing about with the headphones. Let me put these on you now, okay? Okay. There we go. So now the